It looks like it was designed in a fit of rage. It's low, loud, and automotively insane. A revolution in car design and a big middle finger to practicality. It may be cliche to say, but like this vehicle, I don't care. This is the car that poster dreams were made of. It's wide as a tank, it's loud like a hair metal band, and it's about as practical as an EV on a road trip. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Lamborghini Countach. When Lamborghini decides to make a car, they don't just build it, they sculpt it like Michelangelo carving the statue of David, and seemingly compensating for the same thing. By 1988, real estate and finance was in a boom. This is the car that evolved into what the world needed. If you had more money than sense, a love for danger, and an indulgence for status. I mean, look at it. It's a knife pointed at boring cars. It's brash, unapologetic, and probably the car equivalent to a cocaine habit. And the doors. I'm sure they were designed to be cool, but I reckon it was more for function. If you didn't have these, you'd have to have a 2-car garage, and then once you left, you'd swing them into every single curb. And don't be mistaken by its length and girth on the outside. The inside is built for somebody Mark Wahlberg's height, but with the same size arms and legs to be able to steer the steering wheel, push the clutch pedal in. Heavy controls is the only understatement when it comes to the Countach. Although you cannot avoid being seen in such a striking car, you really can't see out of it. My wife could be back on the engine deck right now, sunbathing, and I wouldn't have a clue. There's more visibility in a submarine than this car, but when you're driving forward, none of that really matters. Reversing in this car, on the other hand, I think this is the inauguration of Lamborghinis being easier to put in reverse while the door's open and you're sitting on the door sill to park. This is where the heart of the madness is. A 5.2 liter, 48 valve, naturally aspirated V12 producing 455 horsepower, 369 foot-pounds of torque, and it's mounted longitudinally. That's a mouthful. It sings at 7,000 RPM right behind the driver's head. But not this one. Yes, guys, this is the Wolf of Wall Street backup car for that movie, and yeah, it's a kit. Did we get you? Driving the Countach is like wrestling a gorilla. It's dense, brutal, and it's relentless. The steering is unassisted, the clutch is heavy enough to make each one of your legs a different size. And the gearbox might be iconic, but it has the leverage of a mop in a bucket. And I wouldn't have it any other way. Because when you're behind the wheel, you're not just driving a car, you're piloting a childhood dream. Back in the 80s, this was a cultural phenomenon. It wasn't about getting from A to B, it was about status. And the statement was, I'm here, I'm loud, and I'm winning at life. This wasn't for Bill Gates or Steve Jobs nerd types. It was for people who wanted to be heard, seen, and remembered. Preferably wearing a white suit and sunglasses, like Don Johnson in Miami Vice, not Django. In conclusion, I don't believe there's a car anything like the Countach. A machine built to remind us that dreams don't have to make sense, they just have to be worth chasing. A huge thanks to John over at Black Mountain Motorworks for allowing us to film here today. And we're actually going to be doing a garage tour here on the next episode. So like and subscribe, make your comments, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks. Oh.